Hey guys, how to start a digital marketing services business and grow it, and why I think it is the best way to make money online. I have this on my marketplace site because I wanted to show, like, compare and contrast. Um, when I took my business from 100,000 a year to finally hitting 100,000 in a month, this is the one thing I did that just kind of changed my perspective and my focus. So a lot of my videos talk about, starting a business. Like, you have to figure out what you want to do. If you want to do affiliate marketing, great. I do some of that. If you want to start any type of business, e-commerce, things like that, I mean, it doesn't matter what you start. You can make money with all of those things. But this is why I did digital marketing services and why I grew this and focused on this. It's because money would directly go to my bank account, and I could use that money to then market and scale up my ads to bring traffic to my sites to make more sales. And I wanted the money in my pocket immediately. Something with affiliate sales, you're not going to get money in your pocket for a certain amount of days because there's usually like a 30 or a 60-day window where you have to wait for those commissions to get paid out. So when I was doing Market Pacer, this was more focused on local clients. And what I was doing is services, I was selling like anything I could sell to somebody, I was selling. So if a local business needed reputation management, I was like, yeah, I can do it. Do you need social media, man? Oh, sure, I can do it. Do you want video marketing, website content, design? I was even doing it one time. Like, if you look at this, I was doing web design and mobile apps. I don't do any of that stuff. But if a client said, hey, I'd like a mobile app so that my website is easy for my customers, I was like, okay. And then I just went and figured out how to do it. I would collect the payment, I'd figure it out, and then I would deliver on the product. But I was so spread between all of these services, and I did build this up. I got a good local client. I was making $100,000 a year with this. But what kind of clicked for me was when I was like, you know what? I am spread so thin. I'm going from selling people these services to trying to fulfill to sell, and it was just this big up and down of momentum. And I said, I've got to focus on one thing. When I went in here and I focused on just social media and I built this site over here, Buy Social Traffic, and I only focused on YouTube influencers. So if you even come up here, services, the only thing I have up here is YouTube promotion. And when I did that and I focused all my ads on one service, one type of avatar, one type of customer, brought them in with a lead magnet or an opt-in where they could get this how to generate revenue using YouTube, and I focused in on one thing. All of my advertising went into targeting YouTube people. When I focused on this is when I was able to scale faster than I could even keep up. At the time, I had to hire people to help. I had an in-house team that was helping take care of orders, processing orders, doing all the things that I could no longer do because the money that was coming in, I was able to take the money and scale the ads up to bring more people in. We went from 0 customers when I launched this to like 27,000 customers in less than a year. And I did it by focusing on one service, one product, one type of person. So that's the difference between taking a company where you just kind of spread yourself thin, trying to do all types of digital services for all types of different customers, to then narrowing in and focusing on one service where I could focus and help. Now, people are always like, well, if you start I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I don't know how to do YouTube promotion. My biggest advice would be to come over here to something like Fiverr and come over here to, look, they have a whole section where it's digital marketing. Basically, the steps to setting up a site, you will need a website. So you know what you need to do? You need to come up with whatever your idea is. You need to come up with your brand. You're going to be selling digital services. I don't care what digital services you sell, but focus in on one. You want to buy a domain. I recommend Namecheap. And if you guys want full access to all my tools and resources, I have this tools and resources spreadsheet over here. And look, I show you, like, right here. This is where I register my domains. You can register your domain at Namecheap. If you don't even have to get hosting, because what I think you should do is use something like System.io, because you can come in here. Once you just get your domain, you can tie your domain to System.io. You can create your first funnel, and if what you want to do is to sell, you find the digital product you want to focus on, so digital marketing. If you want to focus on email marketing, or if you want to focus on one specific type of channel, if you want to focus in on social media marketing, I mean, that's what I did. I went into social media marketing and YouTube. You could go into social media marketing. If you like Instagram, maybe you focus on something for Instagram. There are people on here who just sell marketing strategies. You could do a social media marketing strategy business, and that's the only thing you're going to focus on. You can get a domain. You can buy a domain, tie it into System.io, which is over here. You can come over here, create a funnel, name it whatever, say you're going to sell a product, or you could build an audience. This would be a way where you could come up with a digital product that you could just give away. So if you're going into marketing strategies, you could come over to, I even have these resources in here. If you don't have something to give away, use a PLR, private label right website, like IDPLR. I'll go to it right now. IDPLR. Right here. IDPLR. If you come to a site like this, I've got the link right here in my spreadsheet for you guys if you want. You can look at their latest products, or like you want to do marketing strategy. If I wanted to find a product to give away, what I would do, TikTok ad mastery. Look at all these marketing video. All of these, you could grab one of these, the Power Social Media Stories for Marketers. You could give away. All of these are strategy type businesses that you could focus on and give this away. You build a simple landing page that either gives this away or sells the product, whatever you want to do. You start building leads, and then you start marketing these digital services to people. So let's actually go see what's under. Let me see. So marketing strategy. Let's just see if you wanted to start a marketing strategy digital business. You could actually, like, this guy's a consultant. You could do a full marketing plan. This guy, I will create a do-it-yourself marketing strategy plan and teach you digital marketing. You could literally sell this. You could sell this to local people. Be like, hey, you have a local business. For $199, I will actually put together a completely done-for-you marketing strategy for your local business. They pay you $199. You say, give me a few days. I will send you this report or go over it with you or consult or whatever you want to do. You can buy this for $50 and have someone else do it and profit the $150 in between. That is all I did when I started selling YouTube promotion. I gave away this book. I sent them to a page that said, hey, you want to generate using YouTube? Most likely, my thought process was, you're probably not monetized, so do you need help getting 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs? Here's a service where we'll sit here and market your channel until you hit that, and this is how much we charge. Hey, do you need thumbnails? Hey, do you need channel optimization? Hey, do you need anything related to YouTube? I would sell to them. And it was because I was focused on this type of avatar, this type of person. So whatever you're going to go into, and if you don't have any idea of what you want to do, that's why come over and see what is selling. So digital marketing services, if you want to sell video podcast, that's so popular right now. What is in podcast marketing? If you have where you kind of like podcasting or what people are doing, look, promote your podcast. There are people who are promoting people's Apple podcast. You could say, I will promote your Apple podcast for $50, and you could come buy this promotion for $10 and profit the in-between. That is the idea of starting, like, if you don't want to do the work yourself, you don't have to. I never did when I started this. So you start with a domain name, you hook it to something like, and this is completely free. You can actually get a completely free account with System.io. There'll be a link in the description, and every tool I use to start and build my business is on this spreadsheet. So I started with the domain name. if you have one website and you want to host it on something like WordPress, I recommend Namecheap. If you have multiple websites that you want to build out, I love Hostinger. I host everything now on Hostinger. You don't need an autoresponder if you use System.io because System.io has an autoresponder built into it. If you don't have a digital product to give away, you can get one from something like IDPLR or PLR.me. Both those sites, you can get it and you can customize the PLR for your branding and then sell that. Even with AI, you can create your own. You don't even have to buy one anymore. If you want to do, like, these are just all the tools I used as I went through building up my business. And then, of course, like, the biggest thing people want is, like, how do I get traffic? And my whole thing is, the reason I went the paid traffic route is because when people go to google.com and they search something, so like grow my YouTube channel. Okay, so look at what people are searching. You can come in here and say, grow my YouTube channel free, increase my YouTube channel views. People are searching, so like, let's hit this one, increase my YouTube channel views. I was running ads where I would show at the top of here, and it would say, hey, we'll promote your videos, we'll promote your channel, I would get a click, they would come over to my website, which would be the opt-in page for that book, or it would be to a direct services page where people could actually buy something. So like if you went to here, they could actually buy very specific advertising for YouTube. And then I had like all the information in my article and things like that, the information about the service on this page. So there's different, paid ads. We had channel growth. We had watch hours. We just had different things that we were selling to people, but they came to our site because they clicked on an ad that was similar to this. Let's see, build my YouTube channel. Let's just do this. So right here, these are all sponsored ads. These were things I was paying for, but after the first month, this wasn't money coming out of my pocket because I was spending $20 a day, $600 a month. I'd spend 20 and I'd get back 25, or I'd spend 20 and I'd make back 10. But I was getting customers the whole time. Eventually, I was getting to the point where, like, okay, I'm spending $600 a month. I made back $1,000. I'm putting all $1,000 back into the ads, and now I'm bringing back $2,000. Now 2,000's in here. I'm bringing back 3,000, and I just kept scaling that up until I hit 6 figures in a month. And it was because I focused on one thing. I didn't try and go sell Instagram. I didn't try and go sell TikTok, Pinterest. I didn't do any of that. I focused on one thing. And that was the difference between this business that was bringing me $100,000 a year and then this business where I was able to scale up. And I believe it was right in the middle of summer, so I hit 6 figures and I was just like, wow, I did this all with paid ads. Now, yes, there was a cost, so that was not profit. And I'm not saying that you can make profit. And if you run paid ads, I'm not saying you have to know what you're doing, because when I started Google Ads, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to walk through the little steps they give me, and I'm going to test it. You have to be willing to test a little bit, figure out what worked, figure out what didn't, and then go with what did. So like, you don't have to know how to do Google Ads to start running Google Ads, but you don't want to go in there and go, I'm going to spend $100 a day. Like, I literally was like, okay, I can spend about $600 and it would be worth it to see if this works. So I spent $20 a day to get clicks to my website from Google searches to my website to see if I could get some sales. And I did. And the landing page was never great. It wasn't perfect, but it was very targeted searches that I knew if they were searching something like build my YouTube channel or how to grow my YouTube channel. These are very specific terms that if they landed on a page where I would help them grow their YouTube channel, they will probably buy from me. And that's what I did for years. I did marketing with paid ads, but I built such a big email list from that of customers, buying customers, that I was very stressed spending as much as I was. I mean, we were spending. I mean, I had scaled my budget to like thousands a day, and I was getting so nervous that I was like, let me just see what happens if I scale this back down on the paid ads and just run emails. And I was running email promotions, so I'd run ads to get new clients, and then I was running email promotions to really bring in the good revenue of all the people who had already been a customer. And so, like, even today, we have like 20,000 people on our email list that we can email at any given time and say, hey, we're running this sale for Memorial Weekend, which is this weekend. We're doing things like that to where we can generate sales from people we've already paid to get as a customer. And that's why I love digital marketing services, because you sell them, the money goes into your pocket, and then you can choose to use that money to run more ads, scale ads, fulfill the products. You don't even have to fulfill the product, and then pay yourself. Because obviously, every business, you start a business to make profit unless you're a nonprofit. But that's as simple as I did. And so, like, this starter, like, these are all my tools. You can grab that in the description below if you'd like access to that. But that's the difference between having a $100,000 business a year, trying to sell everything to anyone, and then having a page or a business that is focused on selling one thing to one type of person. And if you need ideas of selling digital marketing services, I would come over to Fiverr and start looking through what some of these are. Guest posting. You could literally just have a site that sells links and guest posts for people. I guarantee there's people searching for that. So, like, let's see, buy back. Look at this. So, like, buy back links. You could have something, buy guest posts. People are typing this. Buy guest posts. Buy blog posts. Buy guest post links. Try legit. Buy guest post services. People are looking for this stuff. You could have a site that literally revolves around selling guest posts, backlinks, things like that. Run some ads to get some traffic. Get an order. And then use this guest posting. Let's go right here. Look at this. You could find one of these users. I would test and vet the users here to make sure they're good. But you can also see these people have ratings. Like, this is a 5.0. You could sell these things. So, like, I would just mark it up. Whatever these people are selling these for, I would mark up the price so that you could then profit $50-$60 per order. And then scale that as you need. So I hope this helped people kind of focus in on, okay, here's how I can go get some ideas. Here's how I can easily and inexpensively set up a business. I mean, get a domain name that's less than $10. System.io, you can use completely free until you hit about 2,000 subscribers. And run your emails, do all the things you need to do. You will need a domain name. But all these tools pretty much walk you through anything you possibly would need. So reach out if you have any questions, comment below, subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.